Toptani, who traveled around Europe and returned to Tirana in 1853, where he preached Protestantism. Due to that, he was arrested and imprisoned by the Ottoman authorities in 1864. The first evangelical Protestants appeared in the 19th century and the Evangelical Alliance was founded in 1892. Nowadays, it has 160 member congregations from different Protestant denominations. Following mass emigration to Israel after the fall of communism, there are only 200 Albanian Jews left in the country. The double-headed eagle on the walls of the St. Anthony Church. Albania shares many symbols associated with its history, culture and belief. These include the colors red and black, animals such as the golden eagle living across the country, costumes such as the fustanella, and pinga which are worn to special events and celebrations, plants such as the olive and red poppy growing as well across the country. The flag of Albania is a red flag with a black double-headed eagle positioned in the center. 341 The red color used in the flag symbolizes the bravery, strength and valor of the Albanian people, while the black color appears as a symbol of freedom and heroism. The eagle has been used by Albanians since the Middle Ages, including the establishment of the Principality of Arbaran by numerous noble ruling families such as the Kastrioti, Musaka, Thopia, and Dukagjini. Gjergj Kastrioti Skenderbu, who fought and began a rebellion against the Ottoman Empire which halted Ottoman advance into Europe for nearly 25 years, placed the double-headed eagle on his flag and seal. The country's national motto, Tish Kipri, Mi Jepim Dare, Mi Jepim Rinjka Patarju Albania, You Give Me Honor, You Give Me the Name Albanian, finds its origins in the Albanian national awakening. The first to express this motto was Naim Frashëri in his poem Tish Kipri Mi Jepim Dare. 345 The artistic history of Albania has been particularly influenced by a multitude of ancient and medieval people, traditions and religions. It covers a broad spectrum with mediums and disciplines that include painting, pottery, sculpture, ceramics and architecture, all of them exemplifying a great variety in style and shape, in different regions and period. The rise of the Byzantine and Ottoman Empire in the Middle Ages was accompanied by a corresponding growth in Christian and Islamic art in the lands of Albania, which are apparent in examples of architecture and mosaics throughout the country. Centuries later, the Albanian Renaissance proved crucial to the emancipation of the modern Albanian culture and saw unprecedented developments in all fields of literature and art, whereas artists sought to return to the ideals of Impressionism and Romanticism. However, Onufri, Koledramino, David Salenica, Konstantin Shpataraku and the Zagrafi brothers are the most eminent representatives of Albanian art. The architecture of Albania reflects the legacy of various civilizations tracing back to the classical antiquity. Major cities in Albania have evolved from within the castle to include dwellings, religious and commercial structures, with constant redesigning of town squares and evolution of building techniques. Nowadays, the cities and towns reflect a whole spectrum of various architectural styles. In the 20th century, many historical as well as sacred buildings bearing the ancient influence were demolished during the communist era. Ancient architecture is found throughout Albania and most visible in Bilis, Amantia, Venus, Apollonia, Butrint, Antigonia, Shkodër, and Durres. Considering the long period of rule of the Byzantine Empire, they introduced castles, citadels, churches and monasteries with spectacular wealth of visible murals and frescoes. Perhaps the best-known examples can be found in the southern Albanian cities and surroundings of Korç, Berat, Vaska Pohë, and Gjirokastër. Involving the introduction of Ottoman architecture, there was a development of mosques and other Islamic buildings, particularly seen in Berat and Gjirokastër. The fortress of Bashtov is on the tentative list for inscribing it as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 350 A productive period of historicism, Art Nouveau and Neoclassicism merged into the 19th century, best exemplified in Korç. The 20th century brought new architectural styles such as the modern Italian style, which is present in Tirana, such as the Skanderbeg Square and Ministries. It is also present in Shkodër, Vlora, Saranda, and Durres. Moreover, other towns received their present-day Albania unique appearance through various cultural or economic influences. Socialist classicism arrived during the communist era in Albania after the Second World War. At this period, many socialist-styled complexes, wide roads and factories were constructed, while town squares were redesigned and numerous of historic and important buildings demolished. Notable examples of that style include the Mother Teresa Square, Pyramid of Tirana, Palace of Congresses and so on. 3 Albanian archaeological sites are included in the list of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. These include the ancient remains of Butrint, the medieval historic centers of Berat and Gjirokastër, and natural and cultural heritage of the Ohrid region sites shared with North Macedonia since 2019. 351-352 Furthermore, the Royal Illyrian tombs, the remains of Apollonia, the ancient amphitheatre of Durres and the fortress of Bashtov has been included on the tentative list of Albania. Throughout the centuries, Albanian cuisine has been widely influenced by Albanian culture, geography and history, and as such, different parts of the country enjoy specific regional cuisines. Cooking traditions especially vary between the north and the south, owing to differing topography and climate that essentially contribute to the excellent growth conditions for a wide array of herbs, fruits, and vegetables. Albanians produce and use many varieties of fruits such as lemons, oranges, figs, and most notably, olives, which are perhaps the most important element of Albanian cooking. Spices and other herbs such as basil, lavender, mint, oregano, rosemary, and thyme are widely used, as are vegetables such as garlic, onions, peppers, potatoes, tomatoes, as well as legumes of all types. With a coastline along the Adriatic and Ionian and the Mediterranean Sea, fish, crustaceans, and seafood are a popular and an integral part of the Albanian diet. Otherwise, lamb is the traditional meat for different holidays and religious festivals for both Christians and Muslims, although poultry, beef, and pork are also in plentiful supply. Spekate fërguara roasted peppers served with pita, a traditional and prominent layered Albanian pie. Tave kosi soured milk casserole is the national dish of Albania, consisting of lamb and rice baked under a thick, tart veil of yogurt. Fërgjes is another national dish, made up of peppers, tomatoes, and cottage cheese. Pita is also popular, a baked pastry with a filling of a mixture of spinach and guys curd or mish ground meat. Patula, a traditional fried dough, is also a popular specialty, and is served with powdered sugar or feta cheese and different sorts of fruit jams. Flia consists of multiple crepe-like layers brushed with cream and served with sour cream. Krofn, similar to Berliner donuts, are filled with jam, or chocolate and often eaten during cold winter months. Coffee is an integral part of the Albanian lifestyle. The country has more coffee houses per capita than any other country in the world. Tea is also enjoyed both at home or outside at cafes, bars, both at home or